Greetings and welcome. On today's video, we're going to talk about why if you enjoy a hobby, maybe you should take what you enjoy, such as magic or flesh and blood, and spend all your effort on the one hobby versus trying to split it between the two hobbies. Stay tuned and figure out what I'm talking about. Greetings and welcome. Today we're going to talk about Flesh and Blood, Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, MetaZoo, Weiss Schwarz, and all sorts of other card games. But the big point is, no matter what you play, as long as you have fun with that game, well, I think this video is just for you. So stay tuned.
A few moments later.
Again, thanks for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. There was a time not so long ago where Magic the Gathering, which is what is in my hand here, was the card game of choice for myself, my friends, and my friend circles. And then Flesh and Blood came along, and that became the game choice for friends in my friend circle. And the same is true with Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, a little bit of Digimon. I haven't personally played Weiss Schwarz, but all these games have little places in my heart because I do care about each and every one of them just from a player perspective, a collectability perspective. But there's one very interesting difference that most people are not going to take into account. I no longer play Magic the Gathering in the capacity at which I used to play it. So this piece of cardboard that's in my hand right here versus this piece of cardboard in my hand right here, I can tell you the number of times I have played each in the last year or year and a half. Are you ready for this? Because it's kind of amazing. Now, we're going to start with the card of Flesh and Blood. This is called Go Bananas. This card is just a freaking fun, hilarious card. It's great to play in Ultimate Pit Fight. It's fun to play with your friends. It has the ability to basically open a pack of cards and just rip it and ship it and basically get the card from that into your deck. It's a completely nonsensical card. It's not legal in any particular format other than Ultimate Pit Fight, but it's still just such a fun, exhilarating card to play. So this brings joy to me. Now, the card in my other hand here is a reserve list card from Magic the Gathering. It's a good card. It's very powerful. And that card, as some of you may or may not have ever played, is called Gaia's Cradle. And I love this card. This was in many decks. Elf Ball, several Commander decks, and other things like that. And again, I'm not a hyper-competitive player. Now, the power level of this card is off the charts. It's freaking amazing. I love it. But the joy level that I get from this card compared to this card, or value-wise, any of these other cards from Flesh and Blood, you know, Silver Palms, Illusion of Grandeur, basically Arcanite Shard, any of these cards that I have basically began to collect and play in my Flesh and Blood decks provide me with so much more joy than this one piece of cardboard that, while I could be super cool and be that guy and just put it in the background of every video and have it showing and be flashy and bling bling, I've opted to sell this card to another individual. That individual will actually be using this card and playing it in their decks, from what he's explained to me. And I really do hope that this guy gets to be slapped on some tables, get to be played. It is an MP to MP plus card. It's not necessarily the absolute best quality in the world, but at the same token, it has definitely seen its fair share of play over the years. And I very much hope that the person that's going to be receiving that card that has purchased it from me will also be seeing the fair share of play in their play circles. And that is what I'm hoping to have happen, is the card to see a new life in somebody else's hands. Greetings. On today's video, we're going to talk about hobbies that you enjoy and may have fallen out of favor with. All that and more on today's video. Stay tuned. So while this video is not necessarily a farewell video to Magic the Gathering, I'll still play casually and have fun with my friends, but I won't be using powerful cards from the reserve list or things like that, because most of these cards at this point, I'm most likely just going to start trading out, selling, or getting rid of, just because I personally don't enjoy the game as much as I once did. Maybe my love for the game will reappear one of these days, but at the moment, I've fallen out of favor with it. I have many friends that still very much enjoy the game, and while I personally will enjoy playing things like Pauper, or even Commoner, maybe a standard set here and there, there's just been nothing that has caught my eye that is as intriguing as Flesh and Blood's. Basically, the way they're treating the game. They are doing exciting things. The new set Uprising is a blast. The new set Dynasty that was just spoiled on another channel, or even talking about some of the things that are coming up in the future. All these things are exciting, and to me, that is the world I want to be in. I want to have the excitement, I want to enjoy the game, and my passion for the game is there. So I am focusing all my attention on that game. So I look at it not like I am losing a reserve list card, which some of you might say, oh, why are you selling a reserve list card? They're never going to reprint it. It's only going to go up, only to the moon. And that's a great finance mindset to have, but this card brings me no joy. And because it brings me no joy, a card like Yorick brings me joy. A card like Silver Palms brings me joy. A card like Go Bananas brings me joy. I mean, even, I haven't really played with it that much, but Arknight Shard is another card that I've just been, overly fascinated with. And those are just the higher end versions of some of the cards. Mask of Momentum, edit. Mask of Momentum. Other cards that I am trying to collect to play my new Phi deck that I really want to play. I hit in my boxes, those videos will come up soon, but I hit some of the other legendaries that are, I don't say required, but are better for that, so I don't have to go out and purchase those. But converting my asset from one class to another and more enjoyment level, I think is the absolute best decision. And I just want you to think about that long and hard when you think about what games you play. So whether it's MetaZoo, Pokemon, White Schwartz, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Sorcery, Cryptid, Flesh and Blood, Magic the Gathering, WoW, Yu-Gi-Oh!, I'm sure there's other games that I'm missing. Star Wars Decipher CCG, Mage Knights, Hero Clicks. Any of these games, if that is your passion, I implore you to spend time with your passion. Find people that are passionate with you in those hobbies, and just enjoy the good company of that, and don't focus so much on the it's worth so much money and I want to hold on to it, unless that is specifically the whole reason that you have the thing. For me, this was a play card. I enjoy it. I was happy with it. And now it is allowing me to convert that into more playable cards that I can have for years to come for fun in Flesh and Blood. I really do enjoy this video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate everybody. Thanks for listening, and on this short video, I very much appreciate all of you. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button for more content coming soon. Thank you, and have a wonderful, wonderful week. Quick last side note. Gaia's Cradle. This currently is a reserve list card that is $700. $700 and something. A damaged copy is like $650. Then you got $700, $800, $900, whatever. This is a moderate to moderate play, which means that this card, currently in today's market value, which is the Thursday, the 7th of June, 2022, I was basically looking at the market at $750 for this condition. I was able to sell it for $700, so I've converted that $700 into more Flesh and Blood product, whether that was booster boxes, whether that was individual cards that I needed to complete some sets. That has basically broken itself out into the brand new cards that are on their way so that I can enjoy playing fantastic games with fantastic friends. Thank you.
Your captain. Your captain. I'll always be your captain.
Greetings and welcome. On today's video, we're going to talk about Flesh and Blood. Let's do it without this. Greetings and welcome to this quick video by Geeks First. It's a very interesting world we live in today, and I think that everyone should really take a moment to understand if you enjoy a hobby, you should have fun in that hobby. And if you no longer enjoy that hobby, then move on to a hobby that you enjoy.